Hi everyone and welcome to Lab 1-1. In this lab we are going to explore the most profitable products for a company by SKU number. Alright, so let's hop over to the computer and work on this together. Alright, on your screen here we have the data for Lab 1-1, and you can see there's there are many columns here. There's a date column with sales, dates, we have invoice numbers, customer numbers, so the customer that we sold this product to, their identifier. We have the SKU number, which is the identifier that's used to track different versions of inventory, different products that are in our inventory. And so each inventory item has a unique SKU number. So that will be important for what we're doing. And then we have the description of the product, we have the sales price, and we have the cost. And what we're trying to do here with this data that we got out of the accounting information system is we're trying to determine which of these SKUs, which of these unique inventory products are the most profitable when we sell them. And it's actually pretty easy to do this. So the first thing we want to do, we have sales price and cost, but we don't have profit. So our first task here is going to be to calculate gross profit, because sales minus cost of goods sold gives us our gives us our gross profit. And we can just match the formatting from the other columns, make the column a little bigger. And then we're just going to enter a formula. We're going to say sales price minus cost. And we have our profit here for this product of $72, right? We can double click at the bottom right hand corner here, and what that does is it fills the formula that we just created. It copies that formula all the way down to the bottom of this data set. And it looks like we have 229 sales items because this ends in row 230. The first row is our title row, so we have 229 sales, and we have gross profit calculated for all of them. All right. So our next task here is, now that we have the gross profit calculated, we need to aggregate this, and we need to aggregate it by SKU number. So one way to do that, and there are many ways to do it, is to create a pivot table. All right. So we want to go to this insert menu here, and we want to insert a pivot table. Okay. And Excel is smart enough to recognize the data that we want to use to make the pivot table, and so you can kind of see Excel highlighted the data here, and it looks like they went, or this Excel software went all the way down the row 230, which is exactly what we want. We have columns A through H here selected, and we are going to say we want to put this pivot table, we want to put this into a new worksheet. So we have sheet 1 here, which is our raw data, and we want to create the new pivot table in a separate sheet. So we're going to say move this to a new worksheet. We'll click OK. All right, and now we have this interface for creating a pivot table, and these are beautiful because you can just basically drag and drop and create your pivot table without having to do any calculations. So our goal here is to calculate profitability by SKU. So we want to put SKU down the rows. So we want to list all the unique SKUs in the rows. And then in the columns out to the right here, we want to know what the sales price is. We want to know what the cost is. And so we'll just click and drag these down. And then finally, gross profit. And you can see, all right, well, now we have all of these calculations done for us. We have the total, so sum of sales price. So the total sales for this SKU is $489.33. Cost is $280, and then the gross profit is $209.93. So what Excel has done is it's calculated the total for each of these SKUs, the total sales. Now we don't have to make it total. We can move this to, we can calculate this as a, we can make this a average. Let's see, value field settings. So we want to make, let's say we wanted to calculate average sales by SKU, right? So we can right click on the column here, and we can go to value field settings, and we can click sum, count, max, min, and so on and so forth. Okay, but for our purposes here, we just want the sum. We want the total sales by product, we want the total cost by product, and we want the total gross profit by product, which Excel defaults to, and that's exactly what we want. The last thing we want to do here for this lab is we want to figure out what is the most profitable product, and one way to do that is to sort this. So we can right click and we can say, let's see here, where is the sort? Bear with me, sometimes I forget myself. Oh, so it's right here. I was looking right past it. So we're going to do sort, and we're going to say largest to smallest. Okay, so now we can see product SKY-PRK has the most profit of $15,975. Down the bottom, we can see the grand totals across all products. And so now we've taken that raw data that we've gotten out of our accounting information system, and we've turned this into information that we can use to make decisions about different products. Should we reduce cost on certain products? Can we use cheaper materials? Can we find cheaper labor? Can we get into a new facility that has cheaper rent and therefore lower overhead? Do we need to increase sales price for this particular product? Maybe we're not making enough profit off of it. So taking that raw data out of the accounting information system and then putting it into practice and making decisions with that information, that's what we're after here in accounting information systems. All right, well, this concludes Lab 1-1. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Take care.